Hi. So before I review this chapter, I just want to say I want to say this is Kobe's last game in San Antonio, and from a loyal San Antonio Spurs fan to Kobe, salute. You know, Tim Duncan, Kobe, epic rivalry. Anyway, with that being said, it is. By the way, Tim Duncan's better. That's out of bias. Logically speaking, or I would probably say that they both are pretty much around the same, in my opinion. But yeah, salute to Kobe. But anyway, let's review Dragon Ball Super Chapter 9. So pretty much I can summarize this chapter as Goku beats Botamo and then he starts fighting Frost. That's pretty much the summary of the whole thing. But there is some things that I do want to talk about. I find it kind of odd that Vegeta and Piccolo were shocked at the way that Goku beat Botamo. And I don't really like how Beerus was saying like he was using his head. Again, like I know Goku isn't the smartest character in the book, but he's not a complete idiot. I don't know. I was complaining about this earlier, like in one of my videos with my problems with Dragon Ball Super, where they were making Goku out to be a little too dumb, which really isn't. Which I assure you, like Toriyama didn't do. I know Toriyama didn't do that. That's all Toei, and I'm pretty sure they're doing that because they're trying to pander him to the kids. But it just seems like they're harping like on Goku's lack of intelligence, which isn't really the case because he's not really that dumb. If you guys have read the manga, at least. But anyway. Besides that, I like the fact that he beat Botamo the way that he did with a judo throw. I also like Botamo's ability because I don't think there's been an official translated version yet, but I read one of the members on Kanzenshu, the forums, was able to translate it, and apparently it got the go ahead from Herms. So I used that, and it seems like Botamo can never be damaged a whole lot while his stamina never runs out, and so he can never be beaten into submission. And he can never be killed, it seems, or he can never lose in that sense, which I thought was kind of interesting. But it kind of reminded me of Buu. He might be the Universe 6 counterpart of Buu because Gohan said the same thing about Buu when he ate and killed Dabura, or like sometime during that fight, that whole section of the Buu arc. So he might be like a Universe 6 counterpart of Buu. But yeah, I mean, I like the fact that, you know, it happened that way. I like the fact that he won the way that he did, and I just kind of find it strange that Vegeta and Piccolo were kind of shocked at that. But yeah, anyway, he starts to fight Frost, but before that happens, Goku, he looks over at Hit for some reason, and Hit's just kind of like keeping to himself and just like looking down with his eyes closed, and Goku's looking at him with a very suspicious expression. The expression on Goku's face is like very grave, which might indicate that Hit is in fact the villain of the entire of the arc, if you will. I don't know how true that is, but people are saying like Hit's name might not actually be his real name. Like Hit might just be like an acronym for Hitman, which would be awesome because I love assassin characters, Mercenary Tao, Zeno Zoldyck, Silva Zoldyck, my second favorite character in Hunter x Hunter. So many assassin characters that I like across various pieces of fiction and nonfiction. So that was cool. I think because of that, now that Goku's fighting Frost, he's going to lose to Frost, if you guys didn't know already, because one of the episode titles has been revealed, and that's Piccolo versus Frost, and so and it says bet everything on the Mankanko Sappo. So Goku's going to lose to Frost at some point, but I think he's going to lose intentionally because of his suspicion of Hit, or he might get himself disqualified or something. But anyway, yeah, he starts to fight Frost, and I really like Frost. I prefer Frost to Frieza, just overall as a character already, because usually I don't like evil characters. The villains aren't really my sort of favorite characters, but I like main characters, and I like good characters generally speaking. And that's not to say like I don't like selfish or I don't like villainous characters or characters that have some sort of like evil dark trait to them. I'm not saying that, but I definitely do prefer Frost to Frieza for his personality and the way that he looks, his character design. So, but yeah, I'm one of the reasons as aesthetically speaking is because I just think Frost looks cooler. He's lost. He doesn't have the lipstick that Frieza has. He doesn't have the wrinkles. And what else was I gonna say? Oh, and his armor. Oh, besides his armor, what else was I gonna say? His color, blue. I like the way that looks as opposed to purple. Not that I dislike the purple. I like Frieza's purple, magenta, whatever you want to call it. But Frost just looks cooler to me. But one thing that I noticed was like the armor. on Frieza has sort of been like shifted over to Frost. And what I mean by that is, if you look at Frost, his shoulder guards and his hip guards, they're the same design as his forearm and his shin guards. And it makes me wonder if like he can actually remove those. I mean, it's kind of weird. Like, you just have like shoulder guards, you just like put it like that, because I think I've been like too exposed to like Saiyan armor and like Frieza army armor, where they have like the full torso and then sometimes the hip guards come out, but almost all the time like the shoulder guards are out there, unless you're someone like Bardock who doesn't have it. But Bardock then has the hip guard, so you know. But well, Bardock has shoulder guards in Dragon Ball Minus, but that's something completely different. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, but it's I wonder if like he can remove that, because it seems like it's part of his skin, which I thought is kind of strange but weird but cool at the same time. So yeah, I wonder if he can remove it or not. And the fact that he wears shoes of some sort, and that the entire portion beneath his torso is covered like in a black skin tight something. Like it even covers his tail. Or actually, that black part might be part of his skin. Who knows? But yeah, I just think he looks cooler. But yeah, anyway, they start fighting. Goku, Frost seems to be like a better representation, I think, of what Goku was supposed to be in Resurrection F, in the sense that he was supposed to be quote unquote a good guy. But he seems to be somewhat cocky in this fight, and I think, you know, cockiness by Frost was shown that much more better as opposed to Goku. Wasn't shown very well. So yeah. Definitely, Frost is definitely one of my favorite characters. I wouldn't say like top 10 or top 20 yet, but like he. I mean, we'll see what happens with him, and I wonder if he's like an actual emperor, like if he's like the Galactic King in Dragon Ball Minus, and obviously like the whole Dragon Ball verse now, the whole Dragon Ball universe. But yeah, I wonder if he's like the Galactic King in that respect. But anyway, he starts to fight Goku, and you know, it's pretty friendly but competitive, and then he transforms into a form that looks like Frieza's third one, and I actually like that form a lot. I'm glad that form came back, because I think it looks better than Frieza's, because again, he doesn't have the wrinkles and he doesn't have the lipstick, and plus when he goes into that form that looks like Frieza's third one, he looks more like muscular. Like he looks like, I don't know, like it might be because Frieza had like the lines on his limbs, which obviously Frost doesn't have. But because like Frost looks like he just looked more muscular when he went into that form that looked like Frieza's third one. And I actually like it a lot more than the one that Frost took at the end of the chapter, the one that looks like Frieza's fourth form. And I want to see what that form looks like when it's colored in the anime. The fourth form, the one that looks like Frieza's fourth form, because it's not, because you know Frieza was all white, right? But over here you have like different like variations. Like his forearms aren't blue. I want to know like like if there's any different color in general. His neck turns white, so yeah, I'm very excited to see that. But then the whole Goku transforming into a Super Saiyan thing. I don't know if he transformed into a Super Saiyan or a Super Saiyan Blue. If he can transform into a Super Saiyan, I assume that he in the Room of Spirit and Time, the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, the same goes for Vegeta, that they were able to separate when they can use regular ki and God ki, so like they can go Super Saiyan, and then they can choose when to infuse it with God ki or not, or the power of Super Saiyan God. Or it might be like the red form in Battle of Gods, in the sense that there might be a time limit on it, and now it's like gone forever, pretty much. But I don't think it's gone forever. Here's the thing, though. I don't think it's gone forever, because on the Dragon Ball 30th anniversary logo, the blue form was used. It was used on that logo, so I don't think it's gone. I think the blue form is like the end-all be-all. Like that's like the final form for all Saiyans, who have acquired some sort of like God power. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. But what's even more strange was Vados and Champa's reaction, because Vados and Champa, or at least Champa, was able to tell that Goku and Vegeta were Saiyans when he left after meeting with Beerus, right? But when he transformed, it seems like he was shocked at like what did he do? So either it means that Goku did in fact turn regular good old gold Super Saiyan, and then they don't have that in Universe 6, because as we learned last chapter, Universe 6 Saiyans are born with God Ki. I mean, that's just insane. Like a universe that is, or a race of warriors that haven't been wiped out, who are probably moderately doing well for themselves. I mean, they were born as gods, like, and just think about it, like Goku and Dragon Ball Super almost broke, and Beerus for that matter, almost broke the fucking universe with a couple of punches, right? So just imagine an entire race of that in Universe 6. That's just like mind blowing to think about. But yeah, they probably don't have good old regular old Super Saiyan, Gold Super Saiyan. Shaman Vados might not have seen Kaba transform, or Kaba when he transforms into a Super Saiyan, if they can do that. His transformation might be it might be completely different color, like it might be like green or purple or something. Who knows? But yeah, or like if Kaba transforms, if he is capable of transforming, it might utilize like Uzaru forms, grade 8 forms. So it might not be like just a hair color change. It might be like an actual transformation with like fur and all that. I don't know. We'll see. I could see like some allusion to the Monkey King stuff being made with like the tiara and all that. But yeah, I'm just like, but yeah, I just kind of find it strange that they also didn't show Kaba's reaction to Goku transforming. So, who knows? We'll see what happens with that. I think there's like a lot of possibilities that they can. There are a lot of possibilities that on what could happen with that. So, but yeah, as far as Goku versus Frost, Goku's going to lose somehow, but I don't think he's going to outright be beaten. Oh yeah, speaking about Frost, Frost is called the best hand-to-hand combatant in Universe 6, so whether that means he's the strongest overall, who knows, but I still think Hit is. He might be like just concealing his power. He might be like some fighter that they don't know nothing about, which I think is the case. But yeah, I don't know how Goku's going to lose to Frost. I don't think he's going to lose outright. I think he might disqualify himself. Or it might be like against a Pikkon in the filler for Dragon Ball Z when like they both touch like the upper ceiling, and the ceiling was like a floor, and so because they touched it, like that was considered out of bounds. There might be like some sort of rule like that, or some sort of similar mistake that he might make during the fight. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But Piccolo is definitely going to fight Frost. I hope Piccolo's got some sort of like training / power up under his belt. Because I definitely want him to be a relevant fighter again. And I do want him to bring back that rivalry with Goku again. Him, Vegeta, and Tien for that matter. I think it would be good for Goku if he had like 3 different rivals instead of just one. Main one in Vegeta. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see like what Piccolo's going to do with that. And I still want to know like what's going on with Hit, because if that whole acronym for Hitman might be true, and like if he goes out there and he's supposed to like sort of kill Frost and like incite like a whole like civil war in Universe 6, that'd be pretty cool with the government subplot and all that. But yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. I was very surprised and pleasantly surprised and pleased with the chapter. And what else was I gonna say? That cover that V-Jump put out for it was just fan-freaking-tastic. I don't know, like V-Jump always has like these badass posters for Dragon Ball Super, but that was definitely one of them. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Peace, and have a good day / night.